Good afternoon. Let's start the daily discussion. The first topic that we take today regarding only topic issue of referring a MP's case to the Lok Sabha ethics. What is this committee? What is its composition? And what are its function? Lok Sabha Ethics Committee functions as the structure, conduct of the business, right and reputation. By news, the Lok Sabha Ethics Committee is said to open an investigation to claim that a member of parliament bribed exchange for asking a question in the parliament, book known as Casper query, popularly known as Casper query. Okay, so what it is known as? So this is known as Casper query. That means an MP takes bribe to ask question in the parliament. So MPs are elected and sent to parliament to ask question or public issues. But when an MP asks question of specific interest, and for that it takes cast in that return, that is called the issue of Casper query. And the TMC, Trinamool Congress MP, so Moma Moitro has been alleged of being involved in this issue called Casper query, in which she has asked some questions in the Lok Sabha and uploaded some questions in the Lok Sabha registry and from the side of the businessman. That means to promote a particular business, she has accepted cash in return for asking some question in the parliament. This is the allegation against her. Fine. So the committee will hold hearing to look into the claims and collect testimony from the complaint, witness, and the MP who is being accused, among other pertinent parties. Okay, not only the MP but also other parties involved with the issue will be called to before the ethics committee to discuss about the issue, because the ethics committee will inquire into the matter. Fine. And in that inquiry, not only the MP involved but all other parties involved will be called by the ethics committee. Okay, this is very pertinent. What are the potential outcomes? The ethics committee may offer recommendations. It means that the complaint has merit. Possible recommendation for punishment usually entitles MP for a determined amount of time, because he has taken, if it is proved, so she may be suspended from the parliament because she has violated the ethics of parliament and she has taken some money in return for asking questions in the parliament. Fine. Okay. The end, the house which consists of all MP will decide whether to follow the committee's proposal and if so, that kind of how much of the punishment goes on the particular MP. The accused could appeal the decisions in the court of law if she were to be expelled or face an unfavorable ruling. There are only few legal grounds to contest such as ruling in court, but they usually center around cases of flagrant illegality, unconstitutionality, or denial of natural justice. This ground only, so court can intervene and give a judgment. Brief note: motions to remove the 10 Lok Sabha MP and 1 Rajya Sabha MP were alleged to have agreed to ask question in Parliament next money, approved by the two houses in 2005. The biggest for the cash for core issue. The Bansal Committee report, a special committee tasked by the matter, form the basis for the Lok Sabha motion. The complaint was investigated by the House Ethics Committee of the Rajya Sabha. The outside member of parliament said that the report from the Bansal committee be forwarded to the privilege committee so that the lawmakers could present their own defense. Okay. The Speaker appoints the members of the Ethics Committee for 1 year term. So this consists of members from different political parties represented in the House. The considered ethics panel for the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha was at the presiding officers conference held in New Delhi in 1996. March 4, 1997, the Vice President, the Rajya Sabha Chairman, A.R. Narayanan, established the Ethics Committee of the Upper House with the goal of monitoring members' moral and ethical behavior and looking into misbehavior cases that are brought before it because the members are supposed to be ethically correct. But if any member do something unethical because they hold constitutional offices, if any member hold an unethical, do any unethical practices and occupying high constitutional office. So here the ethics committee comes to play. This committee's decision is final, and so it can be so only appealed in the judiciary. Fine. The case of Lok Sabha research group of the House Committee on People that ethics committee was established, but the Lok Sabha was unable to adopt the recommendation. 13th Lok Sabha, the Committee of Privileges ultimately proposed the creation of a committee. Ad hoc ethics committee was established in 2000 by the late speaker GMC Balajogi, and it was not until 2015 that it became a regular element of the House. Since 2015, the ethics committee of Lok Sabha became a regular issue because so from 2015 onward, so the ethics committee was it became a permanent feature in the Lok Sabha. Fine. Procedure of complaint: any individual may file a complaint against a member through MP providing proof of the alleged misconduct and affidavit testing to the fact that complaint is not false, frivolous, and it is not necessary to have the affidavit if the member files a complaint. Any complaint made against an MP may be referred to the committee by the speaker. The committee does not consider complaints that are solely based on information from the media or on cases that are still pending. Prior to determining whether to investigate a complaint, the committee conducts a prima facie investigation. It assesses the complaint before making it. That means the committee do a lot of homework before recommending. The speaker issues the committee's proposed report and requests that the House decides whether to consider it or not. There is also a provision for half an hour discussion of the report, the House itself. Overlap with the Privilege Committee. These committees and the Privilege Committee, the respective tax frequent interest. Anybody can receive a charge of corruption in member of Parliament, although the Privilege Committee typically receives the more serious one. The protection of the freedom, authority, and dignity of Parliament is the Privilege Committee. The House as a whole and individual members both benefit from these privileges. Member of Parliament may be investigated for violating a privilege. However, non-member may also be charged with violating a privilege for action that undermine the power and honor of the Ethics Committee is limited to investigating misbehavior involving member of Parliament. Okay. The Ethics Committee, there is a Privilege Committee. If the privilege of the House is violated, or the privilege of any member is affected, then also the Privilege Committee takes into go to the matter. Fine. The Ethics Committee play a crucial role in upholding the ethical standards of Parliament and that their behavior with the principles value of Indian Parliament. It is part of the broader framework of Parliamentary Committee in India that serve various functions in the legislative. Then the next topic is an interesting topic: pragmatism of Biden, Joe Biden, President of USA. The ongoing Middle East conflict between Iran and Hamas have struck worries about the United States overextending its capacity to handle many fronts. The increasing cooperation of China, Iran, and Russia to the weak Habak, the US led West on several fronts, keeping up local demand while limiting the amount of money for both conflicts. The US's ability to manage these difficulties, the invasion of Ukraine by Russia solidified and enlarged NATO and the European power because Ukraine decision to join NATO sparked the Russia's attack on Ukraine, and although all the NATO members, including USA, are supporting Ukraine, but not directly. They are providing military support to Ukraine to fight Russia, for which it is able to stand before Russia for a such long period. Although Ukraine is very small in size, but it is able to create much tension for Russia because the support of the NATO members facilitated it to stand against them for such a long period. Otherwise, Ukraine might not be able to stand against Russia for more than 1 week. So Ukraine is standing against Russia for such a long period because it was supported by the NATO member country. Okay, and that was what is led by USA. USA task force. So the keeping up local demand while limiting the amount of money spent towards conflicts. The invasion of Ukraine by Russia solidified and enlarged NATO and European powers. US has made great progress in Asia. Japan's defense budget has been increased. Other initiatives include encouraging Tokyo and Seoul, South Korea, to normalize their relations, improving defense cooperation, Philippines, signing a strategic partnership agreement with the Communist Vietnam, revamping the AUKUS. So AUKUS stands for Australia, UK, and USA. AUKUS, AUKUS. A for Australia, UK, and USA. Partnership with Australia and UK, fortifying the Quad. Quad is consisting of India, Japan, Germany and USA, and improving bilateral ties with India. Above all, the US is increasing the expenses of a possible Chinese attack while also extending its military assistance for Taiwan. Despite these achievements, the US needs to contend with political pressure, stop supporting Ukraine, and divert funds to Israel. The US ability to manage these difficulties, the invasion of Ukraine by Russia, solidified and enlarged NATO and the European power. USA has made great progress in Asia. Japan's defense budget has been increased. Other initiatives include encouraging Tokyo and Seoul to normalize their relations, resuming defense cooperation with the Philippines, signing a strategic partnership agreement with Communist Vietnam, revamping, revealing the AUKUS partnership with Australia and UK, fortifying the Kuwait, and improving bilateral relations with India. Above all, US is increasing the expenses of a possible Chinese attack while also extending the system of Taiwan. Despite the achievement, the US still need to contend with political pressure, stop supporting Ukraine. Okay. So although USA is supporting Ukraine indirectly, but so it is under immense pressure not to do that. Underestimating the US's strategic resilience is a bad idea. The US has always struck a compromise between its strategic needs to engage in international events and domestic peace to remain isolated from them. China's ascent is also exaggerated due to the country's economic stagnation, while the United States collapse is underestimated because it still contributed 2.24% of the world GDP. United States spends more on defense than the following 10 countries put together. USA is in control on diplomatic front as well. It has the power to mobilize worldwide opinion on an issue. US is also favored in the structure of a great power confrontation. US can distance itself from international crises while yet influencing them to serve its own interests as a distant power. United States lead China and Russia in the creation of alliances because in the world, USA has created more alliances than that of China and Russia. Okay. United States, China, and Russia in the creation of alliances. Both these nations are powerful financially and ideologically. But the United States of America have the ability to entice a country because USA influence more country than China and Russia combined. So strategies in Tehran, Beijing, and Moscow might bet that Washington could become overextended if it tries to put out too many fires at once. Despite the difficult and complicated problems facing the USA, Washington has the willingness, the means, ample opportunity for global maneuver. Then the next topic is Council of Heads of Government, the SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, BSEC. Kyrgyzstan hosted the 22nd Shanghai Cooperation Organization Council of Heads of Government meeting. The Council of Heads of Government meets once a year to discuss multilateral cooperation, strategy, establish organization's annual budget, and so on. To the discussion, India's External Affairs Minister urged participants to strictly adhere to international law, norms, and respect each other's sovereignty. SCO or the Shanghai Five created initially as five countries Kazakhstan, China, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Tajikistan, was established in 2001. The permanent intergovernmental organization directed by the Shanghai Spirit, which incorporates mutual trust and benefit, equality, respect for civilization, diversity, and so on. India, Iran, Kazakhstan, China, Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan, Russia, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan are the 9 members of the SCO. India is a member. Afghanistan, Belarus, and Mongolia are among the observer countries. The process of elevating Belarus to the level of member state has begun. That means member body. The primary goal is to ensure the and sustain regional peace, security, and stability. The highest decision-making body is the Heads of State Council, which meets once a year. Permanent bodies secretariat in Beijing and regional anti-terrorist structure in Tashkent, Uzbekistan. Russia and China are the official languages of an interconnected disaster risk report 2023. The interconnected disaster risk report 2023 is released by United Nations Institute for Environment and Human Security. According to the analysis, the globe is rapidly reaching risk tipping points on several fronts. A risk tipping point occurs when a socio-ecological system loses its ability to buffer hazards, increasing the possibility of catastrophic consequences. This is different from climate tipping points, which are specific thresholds beyond which unstoppable changes occur, altering global climate. Six interconnected risk tipping points are accelerating extinctions, which cause a chain of reaction that leads to ecosystem collapse, groundwater depletion puts the food supply at danger, mountain glacier are melting, multiple spacecraft have been lost due to space debris, unbearable heat makes it difficult to live in some regions, uninsurable future when rising risks make homes unaffordable because no company will insure the home because of the threat increasing over them, then drivers of risk tipping points, human-induced greenhouse gas emissions, insufficient risk management and insufficient cooperation, global demand pressures, inequality of development and livelihood opportunities. Solutions: avoid preventing risk, adapt dealing with risk, delay slowing risk progressions, transform system overhaul. About this, UNESHS is an academic arm of United Nations and acts as a global think tank. Established in 2003, mission carry out research on risk and adaptation related to environmental hazards and global change. Promotes policies and programs to reduce the risk while taking into account the interplay between environmental and societal factors. The Annamalai Tiger region, it is carved out of Tamil Nadu portion of Annamalai and is located in the Western Ghats south of Palakkad Gap. It is surrounded on the east by the It is surrounded on the east by the Parambikulum Tiger Reserve, on the south by the Chenira Wildlife Sanctuary, on the west by the Eraviculum National Park. The UNESCO World Heritage Site Western Ghats includes ATS, Carrion Sola, Grass Hills, and the Manjal Party. Provides assistance to six indigenous groups: the Malasara, the Malay Malasara, the Kadars, the Arapalas, the Palayus, and the Udvars. Flora includes Baslans, orchids, and the Purinchi. Fauna includes the Bengal tiger, Indian elephant, Nilgiri thar, boar, and other species. The PM School for Rising India (PMC), 124 schools in the PMC inaugurated in Haryana. It is a centrally sponsored initiative, 60% by the center and 40% by the states of its territory, introduced by the Ministry of Education in 2022. It intends to establish approximately 14,500 schools across India by enhancing existing schools run by various levels of government. Objective: providing high quality education and making children active participants as per the vision of National Education Policy 2020. Proposed to be operational from 20 till 26-27. 5 years. Online classes. Yeah. And Google ନଥିଲେ କଣ ହବ? ଜାଣିପାରିବ ନା? ନାଇଁ ଆଜି ଆଉ କରିଦେବ। ଫୋନ୍ କେମିତି ଧରିଦବ? ଫୋନ୍ ହେଇଥିଲା ଫୋନ୍ प्रधानमंत्री कृषि सिंचाई योजना accelerated irrigation benefit program. Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs has authorized the inclusion of Uttarakhand's Jamrani Dam multi-purpose project in the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. Call for the construction of a dam across the Gaula River, a tributary of the Ramganga. The Pradhan Mantri Krishi Yojana is a centrally sponsored scheme of the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare that was introduced in 2015-16. Objective is to increase cultivable land under a guaranteed irrigation, enhance on-crop water use efficiently, and so on. The PMKC components are AIBP component, Minister of Jal Shakti provides central major medium irrigation projects, और खेत को पानी, Minister of Jal Shakti, water drop more crop, Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, integrated watershed management program, Minister of Rural Development. See how many ministry converge here: Minister of Jal Shakti, then Minister of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare, Ministry of Rural Development. So all the three ministries are joined this program to make it more effective. The environmental impact assessment explains the stages of this EIA process. Also discuss the importance of environmental impact assessment in India. An environmental impact assessment or EIA is a study that forecasts how a project or activity will affect the environment. An environmental impact assessment is a tool used in decision making that evaluates potential project alternatives in order to determine which one best balances environmental and economic costs and benefits. The Environment Protection Act 1986, which includes numerous provisions on the environmental impact assessment process and methodology, provides legal support for environmental impact assessment in India. The environmental impact assessment process includes a screening to determine whether an environment clearance is required for the proposed project. The proponent must conduct a thorough and partial analysis of it at this stage. Scoping: the proponent must keep an eye on the project's possible effect, its impact zone, and any available mitigation options during this stage. Gathering baseline data. Baseline data refers to the state of the environment in the research area. Impact prediction. The procedure makes predictions about the project's effect on the environment and its outcomes. Mitigation strategy. The EIA report ought to encompass the measures and protocols for abating, lessening, or mitigating the effects, or alternately determining the extent of reimbursement for likely environmental harm or loss. Public hearing. Neighboring public and environmental organizations may be notified and consulted upon the completion of the environmental impact assessment. Making a decision. The impact assessment authority, the expert, and the project manager confer to make the ultimate decision, keeping in mind the environmental management plan and the environmental impact assessment. Monitoring and carrying out the environmental management plan. The project's different stage of execution are kept on eye on evaluation alternatives, outline of mitigation strategy, and report on environmental impact assessment. And to make it more clear, the public hearing has been made an integral part of this environmental impact assessment. Fine. Then evaluation alternative, outline mitigation strategy and report. Environmental attributes should be compared and potential alternatives should be identified for each project. Options should address process technology as well as project location. Following a review of the alternatives, the chosen option should have a mitigation plan created for it, because environmental impact must be properly evaluated before sanctioning any project. Plan should be complemented by an environmental management plan to help the proponent make improvement to the environment. Risk assessment, environmental impact assessment procedures also include inventory analysis and hazard probability and index. Environmental impact assessment significance, in order for the state to accomplish sustainable development, environmental impact assessment facilitates the relationship between environmental protection and development. An environmental impact assessment provides a project's detailed plan which guarantees that the project will have the least negative impact on the environment. The environmental impact assessment bases its project evaluation on a few particular criteria. These factors include the cost of environmental impact, technological risk, and so forth. An environment impact assessment ensures that each of these factors is met in accordance with the requirement. The essential step in the environmental impact assessment process is the public hearing. The project's proponent must ensure that everyone who will be impacted by it involved in the public hearing and such activities. Public hearing has been an integral part of the environmental impact assessment. Since the public will be affected or whose interest is going to be affected by the project must be given a scope to express their view in a public meeting. The best way to lessen the project's environmental effect while protecting resources and the environment is provided in the environmental impact assessment report. Additionally, useful in anticipating and avoiding natural disasters like landslides and floods, the environment impact assessment, a positive working relationship with the public, developers, environmentalists, and the state further facilitated by environment impact assessment. Legal disputes may arise from a number of projects that have specific environmental effect. These kinds of problems can be resolved with the aid of environment impact assessment, which also lessen the load on the national scope. The conclusion, it can be said, when used carefully, the environmental impact assessment may be the most powerful regulatory and tool available for environmental governance, helping to advance the nation's goal of sustainable development. Because if environment is properly guided, then everything will be fine. Which one of the following city is located at the bank of river Musi? So Hyderabad is the bank of river Musi. With respect to the Pichwai painting, it is a traditional style of painting in Gujarat. That is okay. The main theme of the painting revolves around the Lord Krishna's life, right? At least use two own pigments for the type of painting. Only two are correct. Three is incorrect. And the following statement with respect to Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. This is a health scheme cannot be audited by the Comptroller Auditor General of India. The National Health Authority has been constituted under the. This is wrong. The National Health Authority has been constituted as an authority under the Society Act, right? It is an entitlement-based scheme that targets the beneficiary identified the country's socio-economic caste census data 2021. So here only one is correct. Is B. And the following statement with respect to the Sambhava initiative. Sambhava initiative, it stands for support, advocacy, and mental health intervention for children in vulnerable and distress. That is right. This initiative is funded by the Ministry of Health and Care. It is implemented, led by the National Institute of Mental Health and Neuroscience. So, they are correct. Consider the following statement with respect to the Doklam Plateau. Doklam is a narrow plateau lying in the triangle of India, China, and Bhutan. Right. The disputed region is very close to India's Siliguri corridor, which connects the seventh northeast of the Indian mainland. Right. Doklam Plateau is part of the Chumbi Valley, which is primary in here. All the three are correct because Doklam crisis was there. It was India and China. And China army came for construction of India ports. Although the land belonged to Bhutan. So, consider the following statement of the Bering Sea. It is bordered by the USA state of Alaska to the east and the Kamchatka Peninsula in the west. The Aleutian Island group of the Karagin Island are located in the Bering Sea. Then the two rivers that drain into the sea are the O and the Lena. Two are correct. Okay. Then following statement in the passage in Ocean Ghat. Borghat link Mumbai to Pune. Balghat links Nasik to Mumbai. Halghat connects Kerala to Tamil Nadu. So one is correct. Normally, when water freezes, crystallizes and its molecules are arranged into hexagonal solid structure called ice. That is right. Ice is denser than water. Amorphous ice lack long range order in molecular arrangement. So two are correct. The following statement: the gamma ray burst. Gamma ray bursts are the energetic form of light multiple times brighter than the sun. Right? They typically last for a few seconds. That is right. Gamma ray burst can happen when two neutron stars merge or when a neutron star joins with a black hole. All the three are correct. The following are the sustainable development goals: no poverty, right? Responsible consumption and production, right? Zero hunger, right? Efficient work and economic growth, right? Zero inequality, no. Fifth is not there. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are the correct SDG goal out of 17 goals set by. So total SDG goals are 17. So S, D, E. So by the United Nations General Assembly for a period 2015 to 2020, 17 goals for all member countries to make a better world. Fine. This is popularly known as SDG and it is success of the MDG, Millennium Development Goal. It was set by 2000 to 2015 and 8 goals. And they are partially fulfilled and right now there are 17 goals. Thank you for watching. Keep watching regularly. Update yourself. Thank you.